our taste gone stale. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Rap is just a free throw. I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic. Nah, taking my home.
I was 24, trying to see 25. I was
burned down Sodom, turn Babylon into rumble. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak.
Looked around, all I saw was death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, I put life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Looked around, all I death is death in the streets. That's why every time I speak, life in the beat. They ask me why I ain't smile, nigga, life ain't sweet. Black man, Hispanic man, we got no time to be weak. Nah, I said it best, you know we just surviving the times. And it's survival of the fit, strong survive. That's why each and every day I pray to the Most High. Cause most of my people ain't make it to see 25. I was 24 trying to see 25. But the shit that I'm spitting, crackers ain't gon' want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25. But the shit that I'm spitting, crackers ain't gon' want me alive. I was 24 trying to see 25. But the shit that I'm spitting, crackers ain't gon' want me alive. Less it's 25 to life and I'm stuck in a cell. 23 hours that's locked, yo my nigga, that's hell. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. We the salt of the earth, our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. We the salt of the earth and our taste gone stale. Living in a system set up for my people to fail. It's time to come together, that's the only way to excel. May the Lord's anger rain down fury like hell. Fire and brimstone, revert these devils to Flintstones. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with that. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble with that. Burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, burn down Sodom, turn Babylon into rubble. Burn down Sodom, turn Babylon, rubble with the angel in the line of Judah, king of the jungle. Ephraim is a flame, turn the Esau into stubble. This the patience of the saints, so always remain humble. He who endures to the end will see this place crumble. Blessed is the man who sees the fall of his enemies. His prophecy is destiny. Been at war for centuries, victims of lost identity, but now we got the recipe. The Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. Blessed is the man who sees the fall of his enemies. His prophecy is destiny. Been at war for centuries, victims of lost identity, but now we got the rest. The Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. I said the Bible is the remedy for healing all extremities. We speak the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We speak the truth until the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We speak the truth until the day that we die. The day that we die, the day that we die. I rep the Most High until the day that I die. I
put the bars together with anger and vengeance, praying that the breath of my enemies get extinguished. Niggas rhyme nursery like I'm here in Disney. How can I spit soft when crackers hit wanna end me? Trying to take my life, leave my kids without a father. Trying to take my life, leave my kids without a father. Trying to take my life, leave my kids a father. That's why you see me rolling around with that revolver, 6-shooter on me, like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next. 6-shooter on me, like I'm in the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style. 6-shooter on me, like the Wild West. Call them trying to steal them bars, they want the style next. But they can't duplicate y'all where they recuperate. Came a long way from moving perks about the Super 8. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail. Hotel, motel, wet-headed wholesale. Now you might see me with fringes all on my coattail, looking like a Hebrew. But I don't beef over the web, just step to me when I see you. Nose triangle on that 50 cal Eagle. Not even a main event, it's just a preview. Right before the movie, big budgets and Uzi. Big butted bitches, low 30 up to the Thule. Nigga so groovy, come and check the stilo. I leave, they talking again, it's like I'm Debo. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking mine home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. I'm done, drop the mic, nah, taking mine home. Rap is just a free throw, I got the game sewn. When I'm done, drop the mic, taking mine home. So it won't fall in the hands of fuck niggas. Me, I play the cards I'm dealt, but Trump niggas ball on these haters, they swear I could dunk. Nigga, want, nigga, choppers fit nice in the trunk, nigga. A problem over here, you can see me out front, nigga. Jump, nigga, mean if you fraud.
Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar, Ahava Thubba Shem Yahshua. If you can just come over this way, y'all. it's a plug behind you right there. It should be if you need to plug up your device. Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shamar, Allah Thelba, Shemel, shout out all the sisters. It's the Isupk. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under the commanding General Yohana, established in 1969. Teach the truth according to the Bible that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true children of Israel. All right, today's topic, like I said, we're going to just start it off with any questions. If anybody has any questions in the class, just go ahead and ask your question. Just ask your question again. Feel free. Anybody on Facebook, anybody on YouTube, just ask your question. Try to get your questions answered. Today's scripture breakdown class. I'm Officer Dawada out of the South Carolina camp. We got a lot of things I want to cover today pertaining to mostly fishing brothers and sisters. I think that's a good topic for today. Fishing brothers and sisters. Right now it's a very, very, it always has been, you know what I mean? Since we've deviated from the law, statutes, and commandments, every time was a good time for us to come back to those law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? So, ever since we've deviated from these law, statutes, and commandments, we've been, suffering such excruciating hell and pain and suffering and oppression and all over the earth, whether it was in Babylon or Syria or Greece, Egypt, and now in America, the plight or the plagues that fall upon blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for our iniquities, for our sins, is astronomical. You know what I mean? So fishing brothers and sisters is something that it needs to be done. I'm gonna need the scripture. Let's see. Let me get Colossians chapter 1 verse 26. You understand? This truth is supposed to be something that we taught as a young child. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be something we taught as a young child. We're supposed to learn the truth just like we learn our ABCs, just like we've learned our name, just like we've learned, all of the things about America. Slovakia. Their holidays, you know what I mean, their traditions, their laws. We should know all of those things about our own selves, but we don't, you know what I mean? And it's because being the chosen people, there's been a lot of other influence around us, and it has captivated a lot of us. So much so that black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians will rather love and support something that they did not create or something of another nation, rather than support and love something of their own.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we can be the most beautiful people on the face of the earth, but because of what all of these influencers around us are promoting, how they, how they promote what they're doing or who they are, it appeals to our people, and we don't even think we're beautiful. We think that they're beautiful.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's why we have Kylie Jenner, you understand, who was a so-called white woman who was, the most successful woman in the beauty industry. Right. You know what I mean? When all the while there's black women that live right here in this apartment complex that look better than, Kylie Jenner.
That's right.
But, like I said, it's because black women, Hispanic and Native Indian women and men, we denote and we denounce what we have and what we are, because we've, over time, because of being under our oppressors, have taken on their mind state. We've taken on their traditions and customs, and the hate that they have for us, we have for each other now. You know what I mean? So right now, fishing brothers and sisters is something that we need to do. We need to get our brothers and sisters out of the world, man. Fishing, all right? Anybody online, like I said, if you got any questions right quick, just go ahead and ask your question. Try to start it off with answering a couple of questions if we could. In the meantime, brother, go ahead and read Colossians chapter 1 verse 26 for me.
Colossians 1 verse 26. Even the mystery which have been.
Even the mystery which have been. meaning the old things from the past, right? Our history, our heritage, our laws and commandments are all from the past.
That's right.
But they're mysteries, not only because it wasn't for everybody to understand them, but also because of what? Go ahead.
Hid from ages and from generations.
But also because it's been hidden from us, man. It's been hidden from us throughout our ages, throughout our generations, so women don't have the tutelage that they need to know how to be a woman.
That's right.
You know, men don't have the tutelage to know how to be a man.
That's right.
And we wonder why there's so many failed relationships amongst our people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's a terrible thing to see. And the ISUPK gets all of the phone calls, all of the counsels, all of the advice, all of the, you know, everything that black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians are going through. We get those calls, man. You know what I mean? Molestation, rape, drug addiction, you know, criminal domestic violence, STDs, AIDS,
right.
poverty, you know, so on and so forth, man. It's a lot that we go through, man, and the list is so long that, you know, some of you might be able to chime in and tell me some of the things that we've been through, or even some of the things that we see our people going through on a daily basis, you know, all around us, all right? But the mysteries from that have been hidden from us. Like I said, we go to school as young kids and, you know, pre-K, you know, elementary school, kindergarten, on up, and we learn about Valentine's Day, what their perception of love is. We learn about Christmas and what they, you know, and Christmas and Valentine's Day and all those things, they all tie into each other, man. They all tie into each other. Valentine's Day is made to believe, you know, it's about giving gifts, you know what I mean, you know, for someone you love. And what is Christmas? The same thing, giving gifts to someone you love. And, you know, and at the end of the day, we find that those same people we give gifts to hate each other. We hate them, and we end up fighting them. Our kids become homosexuals and whores and gangbangers. And it's all because we're not teaching them real love.
That's right.
We're not teaching them the truth. We're not teaching them the mysteries of their heritage and who they are and how they should be and what they should know. All right, go ahead and read it one more time from the top.
Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations.
You understand? From ages and generations. Go ahead.
But now it's made manifest.
You understand?
To his saints.
Now it's made manifest to his saints. So here we go, 1969. You understand? We have the truth. We have the truth. The truth is given to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in 1969. And after ages and generations of not having the truth and it being hidden and being a mystery, now we have it. Now we have to use this truth. We have to use it to change ourselves.
That's right.
We have to use it to change one another. We have to use it to change our nation. You understand? So fishing our brothers and sisters is an important thing, man. You all right? So drop that. Let's see. Let me get if I may, let me get Matthew chapter 5 verse 14. Actually, let's start with Romans. No, let's start with Matthew 5 and 14.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 14 reads, "Ye are the light of the world."
Yeah, what?
The light of the world.
You brothers and sisters in this truth, you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are what people that go through what we've been through all our lives. You know what I mean? Like poverty and not being able to trust nobody. You know how it's always been. Can't trust nobody, man. It's hard to trust your own brothers. It's hard to trust your own mama.
That's right.
It's hard to trust your homeboy, man. Everybody stab you in the back. You lift them up and then they forget about you. You know what I mean? Or they'll step on top of you to come up on their own.
That's right.
And we see the hate that brothers have for one another. We see this hate sisters have for one another. But then when we find this truth, you know what I mean? When this truth is revealed, guess what? It's totally different than anything any of us have ever seen in the ghetto before.
That's right.
It's like, what? You're not trying to use me? They can't believe that it's a brother that wants to help them and doesn't want anything from it.
That's right.
They can't believe that there's a sister that, you know, just wants to get to know them and just literally not just trying to have sex with them. Or there's a brother that just wants to get to know his sister and just not trying to get in her drawers. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, what kind of person are you?
That's right.
Where are you from? What planet are you from?
That's right.
But the truth is, it's the truth that made us like this.
That's right.
And because of that, all these good things that we learn in the school are molding us to be lights to the world.
That's right.
You know, we go out and we become righteous. You know what I mean? We go out and as righteous brothers and sisters, and our brothers and sisters that are in the ghetto see us and they are amazed at our diligence.
That's right.
They're amazed at our structure and our order. You know what I mean? At our level of sacrifice. You the same brother that used to get high with me 24/7.
That's right.
Man, we used to smoke hella weed together, man. Man, you used to kick doors and gang bang and jump people and, you know what I mean? We used to, oh my goodness, we were cellmates.
That's right.
Now look at you. You don't smoke no more.
Right.
You done with the gang banging. You
right.
done selling drugs. You done kicking the door. I can't even get you to chill me when I'm smoking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, man. These brothers and sisters in the UPK that come in here and have these truths or this mystery revealed to them, and they allow it to change their life and not fight it or go against it.
That's right.
Become the light to the world, man.
Light to the world.
You can't become the light to the world. You're seen it by your peers and your counterparts as someone, a miracle.
That's right.
Like this brother was on crack.
That's what it is. Yes, sir.
I could never trust this brother around my money or around my woman. Now
right.
Look at him.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He done told me that my woman tried to come on to him.
That's right.
You know what I mean? When the time when he would have just slept with her.
Right.
This truth changes brothers and sisters, man.
That's
it makes
right.
us so righteous. It can't even be measured. And that's the light that the people see. That's what the light is. It's
That's
your
right.
righteousness.
That's right.
While so much wicked fills the earth, while so much sin and evil fills the earth and our brothers and sisters and communities and so on and so forth, here you are, a law-abiding citizen, free from drugs and free from lying and you know, suffering, and they don't even understand it.
That's right.
Not who you used to be, and that's because you have been reformed, you have been changed, you've
that's
repented,
right.
You've been
right.
baptized in fire.
Right.
You've been baptized in fire, and of course everybody knows being baptized in fire is what? Is cleaning yourself with the word, with
That's
the
right.
truth.
That's right.
Not with getting baptized in the water.
That's right.
Well, you know, that doesn't do anything
Do
to
nothing
you.
but give you a bath.
Right. It doesn't do nothing but let you come out and you just a wet sinner now.
That's right.
Now you're just a wet drug dealer. Now you're just
That's right.
a wet homosexual.
Right.
Baptizing in water is done away with. That doesn't help anybody. But being baptized in the fire, meaning coming into this truth and being corrected, being chastised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Receiving that real love and tutelage is the true way to transform a man who is a monster
right.
to a piece of fine gold, man.
Right.
All right. So read that one more time for me, Baba Kushar.
Yes.
And if anybody online has any questions, shalom, Shar, shalom, sister Adrian, shalom, Lashonda. Good to see all of you in there. Like and share the video. Today's gonna be a good class. If you got any questions, please ask the questions. You know what I mean? This is what class is for. You know what I mean? Go ahead,
Right.
give it to me, y'all.
Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world.
Go ahead.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
You all right? You understand? And the city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
That's right.
Like you, brothers and sisters, are the most humble brothers and sisters on the earth.
That's right.
You understand? I can tell Captain Zariak all the time, like, Salakia, sir, you are the man. You know what I mean? I tell General Muhammad, Salakia, sir, you are the man. And what are they going to say? Oh, Salakia, I ain't shit, you know what I mean? I ain't nothing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I ain't shit.
Yes,
Or, you know, all you know what I mean? Most High in Christ. You know, all the praise go to the Most High, man. You know what I mean? They give the glory to the Most High.
Right.
Like, but the truth is that these men are giants in the earth. They're giants.
Right.
Man, and they cannot be hid.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We walk into the room in the UPK, and the whole room is like, everybody stops.
Right.
We walk up in the club, and they damn near be ready to stop the damn record from playing because the whole atmosphere done changed. These brothers have walked into here, man.
That's right.
It's been many times I've been with my brothers, and we go to the club and we walk past women, we walk past brothers, and they be like, "Hey man, who y'all with? Y'all out here looking like power."
Right.
Looking like power.
That's right.
Understand? Because what? Read it again.
Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
You understand? A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, man. Like these brothers in the UPK, these sisters in the UPK are absolutely supernatural, man. Absolutely supernatural.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? And it's a very beautiful thing, and our people are going to see it.
Right.
And there's no way you're going to be able to hide it. You're going to be the light of the world. You're going to
That's
let
right.
your light shine from within. You know what I mean? The Lord wants you to be fishing brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? So that they can too be a part of this light. They can be a part of this truth, a part of this body, a part of this great city.
That's right.
Inheriting the kingdom of heaven, which is all beyond all of your imagination. You know what I mean? A place of all good things, man. You understand? And these brothers in the UPK are doing what we supposed to do.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We are fishing brothers by teaching them, fishing sisters by teaching them. You understand? For
right.
you troopers and you sisters that are in the school, you fish brothers by what? Just sisters fish brothers in here by just being beautiful.
That's right.
Brothers coming to the truth just because she in here. You know what I mean? Just
right.
from being beautiful. And there's scriptures about that. That's biblical.
You know
what I mean? Because of the sister's beauty, other nations envy us. You know what I mean? Other nations envy our entire nation because of beautiful sisters.
That's right.
They not only envy us, but they ask themselves, how can somebody despise a nation with such beautiful women?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So like the power of our light and our beauty is beyond measure, as I stated. And like I said, these brothers who are the priests and prophets in the UPK are fishing brothers, man. We teaching them, you know what I mean, to what you say and how you carry yourself is all a part of that light that you have.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So when you're around people, watch what you say. Watch how you speak.
Right.
Because now being a part of this body, you don't just represent yourself anymore.
That's right.
You're not just, Jerome no more. You're not just, Shaquisha no more. You're not.
Right.
You're not. Now you're Dawada. Now you're
right.
Kazak Shapar.
Right.
Now you're Shara. You know what I mean? You're Shar. You're a different person now. You're a new creature. You represent a body. You represent a nation. So you have to watch what you say and watch what you do. Because in the UPK, we have orders. We have decency. We have traditions, structure, rules and everything, right? When you out here breaking those rules, you're making us look like hypocrites. You understand? You're making the school look like hypocrites, even though we're not hypocrites. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're not hypocrites. You know what I mean? Brothers that's not supposed to be teaching just shouldn't supposed to be teaching.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's just it.
That's right.
Sisters that should be off limits should just be off limits.
That's right.
That's the rules.
The way it is.
It's supposed to be like that. That's how it is. But what you don't do, when you don't do it, you're just really just shaming yourself.
That's
honestly,
right.
You're just shaming your own self, and it's going to be revealed. You know what I mean? The Most High is going to reveal it. And when you have that type of light, like I said, not only will you not be hid for your greatness, but even the things you do that are wrong will be amplified.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't do nothing in the dark no more. There's no more doing in the dark. The Lord is watching you. Your brothers is watching you. The world is watching you, man.
Right.
The entire world is watching you. Satan is watching you. The devil is watching you. You know what I mean? So just hold yourself to the accountability of the school.
Right.
And everything that you've learned and respect that made you the man or woman that you are today. All right? Nonetheless, let's go ahead and continue.
All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Neither do men, verse 15, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
Right.
But on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
You understand? Give light to all that are in the house. That's what you are supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be in the truth to just be in the truth.
That's right.
You're supposed to be in here trying to what? Serve the Lord.
That's right.
Serve the Most High, and also what? Being able to, make others want to follow Christ.
That's right.
Making others want to follow the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Through what you're doing and how it's working, how it works out for you, other brothers want to get down with it, man.
Right.
Other sisters want to get down. They see how much you change and they want to get in here, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like in a time where people believe that the Bible is a white man's book, right?
Wow.
Show them that Jesus is black. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
Show them that Jesus is black. You know, for you brothers that's priests and officers, teach your people that Jesus is black. Show them. You understand? For you brothers that's troopers, show them to the priest.
Right.
Show those people to the priest. Those people who believe that Jesus is white, show them to the priest. Like, listen, I got a brother break it down for you like surgery, and he'll show you that Jesus is not white. He'll show you and prove to you that Jesus is not white. No. You understand? And then we seasoning the truth. We gonna go pull up that Acts 13:1. We gonna pull up Revelations 1 and 13. We gonna get down to it. You know what I mean? And this is what it's about, man. Fishing these brothers and sisters, giving them the truth, man. It's one thing to come into the truth, but it's another thing to be able to, give everyone else a chance to come into the truth.
That's right.
Give them an opportunity to find out what you're doing and what is done for you. You know what I mean? Read it from the top, from verse 14 again.
God, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
You understand? The city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, man. Like I said, you are the light of the world, man. Meaning that the knowledge of the truth, the right way. You understand? The word world means society. You know what I mean? Like in the jail, you have what? The only light, the only truth. When these brothers are in prison and they learn the truth, right? They learn the truth and they're that one spark that's going to have to be the light to these brothers that are in that population, that are general population. These brothers that's in these ghettos, you know what I mean? We learn to the truth and we go back to our homes, like we just read, like a light is supposed to light up everyone that's in the house.
That's right.
We go back to our own communities and our own hoods, and we supposed to be a light to the hood.
Right.
Like General Muhammad said, like when you come into the Isupk, you gain respect, right?
That's
but
right.
You also have to gain power.
That's
you
right.
have to walk into a room and make sure that everyone knows if they want to be safe or make it out alive or be able to grow, they have to follow me.
That's right.
I'm the person that's going to lead you to victory.
That's right.
I'm the person that's going to solve your problems.
That's right.
You understand? And all of that is through the truth, man. You know what I mean? In the UPK, we have the power to raise the dead. You understand? We have the power to clean, to heal the sick.
Right.
We do it every day. You know what I mean? We do it every day through this truth.
God.
All right? So, drop that. Let me get Mark chapter 1, verse 17. Mark
chapter 1, verse 17. And Jesus said unto them,
Go ahead.
Come ye after me.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ said. He said, come ye after me. Like you said, he come walk into a room, and you go into the ghetto, you see your sister getting high, you see your brothers stressing, trying to figure out, if they're going to have to sell drugs or not. Like, tell them that you are the one that's going to show them what they need to do to put food on the table. Show them that you're the one that's going to show them what to do to keep their family together. Show them you're the one that's going to show them what to do to get off of drugs.
That's right.
You're the one that's going to show them what to do to get into the kingdom of heaven, man. To rule the earth. And I guarantee you, they're going to follow you, man.
That's right.
They're going to hear you out. If not now, they will later. Because the Lord is not just letting everybody off easy.
That's right.
The brothers that are sinning are getting these plagues immediately.
Right.
Sisters that are sinning are getting those repercussions immediately.
That's right.
You understand? So Christ said, You understand? Unto them, come ye after me. Go ahead.
Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men.
Do what?
Fishers of men.
You understand? Christ told the disciples that he would make them fishermen, meaning recruit brothers to follow Christ.
That's right.
Right? So,
right.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, these brothers and sisters who were in the time where the truth was heavy, or just like today, the brothers that are in the truth, we know where our brothers and sisters are supposed to be. We know who they should be following. You know what I mean? We know it. So like I said, when we see opportunities where we see brothers that are suffering, because the only way the kingdom is going to return is if we convince Israel to change their ways.
That's right.
That's it. To stop their sinning.
That's right.
So what kind of work are we doing if we just keeping this truth to ourselves?
That's right.
And just sitting around talking about each other, talking about it amongst each other. That's why these classes got to get held, man. These lectures got to be had.
That's right.
You know, these events, everything. We got to study and show ourselves approved and put ourselves on these street corners.
That's right.
Put ourselves in front of these cameras. Go to these events. You know, set up events. That's and right. We got to truly get this truth out to these child, right? So that we can change the order of life, change the order of the order of rulership.
That's right.
Right. So you understand. So he told them, you know, come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men.
Right.
All right. Like I said, Christ wants them to recruit brothers and sisters, man.
That's right.
It's not easy because our people, like the scripture says, we are a stiff-necked people.
Wow.
We are a stiff-necked people, man. We stubborn, man. We just so stubborn, man. I see it every day, man. Brothers that notices the truth but just don't want to let them drugs go, man.
Wow.
Sisters that notices the truth but rather, you know, throw their husband away rather than just dwell with him and battle her demons.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And we see it every day, man. It's a tough thing. Some people will tell us that we lying and we show them right in the Bible where it says,
that's right.
I am black. You know what I mean? They
that's right.
No, that's this testament, that's the Old Testament. Or that's, you know, that's a metaphor, or that's just anything just to just believe it and just to change their life and stop being a whore.
Right.
Anything to stop getting high. You know what I mean? Anything that you know, anything that will keep them from having to stop and facing their own demons, man.
Right.
Because they pleased by what these demons are on them doing. They
right.
pleased about getting high and not having to deal with reality.
That's right.
So, you know, it's tough, but you do your part when you you know, like I said, when you shoot them their transgression, when you shoot them the truth, show them the truth. All right?
That's right.
So let's drop that. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 13.
Ecclesiastes 4 and 13. Mm-hmm. Better is a poor and wise child.
Better is a poor and wise child, man. Why is it better? Why is a poor and wise child better? You know what I mean? Why is that so? Go back in the room. Okay, go in the room. Go ahead. Why is a poor and wise child better? Read it from the top.
Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's the thing. Like I just said, our people are stubborn. Why are they stubborn? Because they got money. Because they got power. Because they have, you know, everything that they're able to get. You understand? They have, like for our women, for example. Women got so much power in America. So much authority in the Christian church. Everywhere they go, power and authority. They're not caring about wisdom. They don't care about the poor. They don't care about laws and commandments or restrictions or any of those things.
No.
Like I got power right here.
That's right.
You understand? Another way I've heard it put was it's better to serve in heaven than to rule in hell. And that's the thing, like, you know, these people who are in hell, which is America for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians,
that's right,
are looking to become a part of this society. want to be rich and accepted and so on and so forth.
Right.
And those people are hard to convince.
That's right.
Especially when they're getting it.
Become complacent.
You understand? They become complacent.
That's
they
right.
become, in what they call in the movie the sunken place. You know what I mean? They go into the sunken place.
Right.
You know what I mean? They go into the sunken place, man. And like I said, that's our brothers and sisters in the Christian church. That's our brothers and sisters that are stubborn, that don't want to let stuff go.
Right.
They're in the sunken place. They're the ones that are the read it from the top. Matter of fact, let's get it and break it down.
Better is a poor and wise child.
Now think about it like this. In the scriptures where it says they had a wedding, Christ had a wedding.
Right.
Let me see. What scripture was that? Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
Yeah, so in Matthew 22:9. Matthew 22:9.
Matthew 22:9.
Yeah, let me get that real quick.
Okay, come. Matthew 22, 9th verse reads, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage." So the servants went out into the highways and gathered together all, as many as they found, both bad and good.
Right, you understand? Like, both bad and good. Go ahead.
And good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there was a man which had not a wedding garment.
Okay, hold on. This might not be the one I was looking for.
Come.
Let's see. This is a good one. This where it gets down to many are called, but few are chosen, which is the same thing we're bringing out right now. You know what I mean? Like, many are called, but few are chosen. Like there's many brothers and sisters who are Israelites. All right? But just because you are Israelite don't mean you're chosen.
Right.
I mean you're in the truth.
Right.
What a lot of us say, you know what I mean, in the world.
That's right.
And if you're not in the ISUPK, you're not in the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's see.
Are you talking about many are called, few are chosen?
Well, that's not what I'm looking for. It's the one I'm looking for. It might be Matthew. Okay, it's further down. It's further down.
Yeah.
Matthew's same chapter, further down.
Okay, 22 further down. Yes, sir. Resurrection given to married angles.
Yeah. So give me verse 2. Start at verse 2.
Verse 2, Matthew 22:2. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son.
Good.
And sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding.
Right. You understand? Go ahead.
And they would not come.
You understand? Like, that's the goal for us, man. Our goal is to get everybody into this truth.
That's right.
We want everybody to, like what the Commander General Hunter said. All camps are ordered to come together,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, we supposed to come together. Well, it's Passover, 51st annual Passover
That's
coming
right.
up. We got enough space for everybody.
That's right.
Everybody needs to be coming. So what we do, he's sending out men, right? Go ahead, read it again.
Yeah. And sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding.
Right, hold it right there. So that's what happened. We doing promotions.
That's right.
51st annual Passover. Come on now. This Westchester Center, Westchester County Center, and New York City. It's like in New York, upstate New York.
That's right.
Come on out. Commander Giuliano has ordered all camps to come together. We want everybody to come out. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you should be at this Passover.
Right.
So we sent out. We sent the servants. The servants have been sent out that to call them which were bidden to be to the wedding.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
They what?
They would not come.
And that's the thing, man. Like I said, our people are just stubborn, man. You know what I mean? Knowing that this is the home of the truth.
That's right.
Knowing what we saying is the truth.
That's right.
And they still fight us, man. They still got a rebuttal for everything. Still think we lying. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Still want to go and get high. Still want to be a homosexual, a lesbian.
Right.
Still want to, rob and kill and steal. Whatever it is to fulfill their own pleasures for what they think is right because they're leaning on their own understanding.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Just like the pastors or those weak leaders that the Bible talks about. These men and women are in it for teach for hire.
That's
They're
right.
in it to fill their own bellies. In it to fill their own pockets.
That's right.
They don't care, you know what I mean? They ain't paying no tithes. But they are at the strip club spending $50,000 on some naked whore. You know what I mean? What's the point?
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, they think that that's right, but they think that paying tithes is wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll rather go to, one of Farrakhan Million Man marches and accomplish nothing but bunions on their feet, and sore feet.
That's right.
Instead of coming to the Passover,
Right.
and memorialize, a righteous time in history for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's right.
You know what I mean? This is what it is. Like, they would not come. Go ahead.
And again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage.
I'm telling them again, over and over again, man. Come to this marriage. All camps are ordered to come under Commander Jenny Hanna.
That's right.
All camps are ordered to come to the Passover. All brothers and sisters, you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we got the whole entire Coliseum.
Right.
We got lambs.
Right.
We got that unleavened bread.
Right.
Brotherhood, sisterhood, like other. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like you're saying, like my oxen and my fatlings are killed in all things already.
That's right.
We got it right here for you. It's all set up. It's glorious. The best of the lamb. I'm
That's
talking
right.
about that lamb is so outstanding.
That's right.
Lamb is outstanding.
That's
man.
right.
That brotherhood and sisterhood in UBK is outstanding.
Right.
That we have the entire Coliseum, man. Outstanding. We telling you again. This is we at the 51st now.
51st, yes sir.
We said it at the 40 something. We said it at the 50 something. Now it's the 51st, and we telling you again. We sent servants out to tell you one time, and what happened? They would not come.
Would not come.
Now we sent them out again. They said, "Come unto the marriage."
That's right.
We got all things are prepared for you. All things are ready. Go ahead.
But they made light of it.
They made light of it, man. They made light of it, cause
Wow.
they made light of it. They like, Commander Jenny Hanna is, he was like, he the elder, they talking about elders. He the elder, and the other elders,
Right.
I mean, they in the truth too. The one West, we all one West.
Right.
And we gonna have the Passover here, and this and that. Y'all need to come under us. And they make light of it, man.
No, have mercy.
We can get our own land. We can get our own, we can do this, we can make our own school. Have our own brotherhood and and they make light of it, man.
That's right.
Y'all don't have the truth. Y'all are a cult. Y'all are this. Y'all are that. Y'all are liars. All y'all want is multiple wives. All y'all want to do is talk down on women. All y'all want to do is just making light of it, man. All of the things that they say, man. And all we doing is really raising the dead.
That's right.
And making the blind see. And making the sick healed.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. We're doing that. We've been doing this since 1969.
Right.
How can you make light of that?
That's right.
You understand? How can you make light of that? But again, we are to go out into these people over and over again.
That's right.
And it becomes repetitive. It becomes draining, but you have to do it.
Have to do it.
Because we made an oath. And this truth is what every brother needs. And as long as we don't get that 144,000, we're gonna continue to have brothers that are among the Gentiles who are committing sin and angering the Lord to the point where we will stay in this captivity. So we have to endure hardness, not only for ourselves, but dealing with our brothers and sisters.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though they make light of what we're saying, when we tell them that we're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, even though they make light of it when we tell them that this is the home of the truth, Even when they make light of it, when we say, you know, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, when they make light of it, when we
That's
say,
right.
you know,
That's right.
you know what I mean? When they make light of it, and when we say that, you know, our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of,
That's right.
we still have to continue to go out and teach. We still have to continue to get out and fish. We got to do it. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? All right, go ahead.
And they made light of it and went their ways. One to his farm, another to his
You
merchandise.
understand? One to his farm and another to his merchandise. You got that other scripture? You can't hold that one and go back to that last one?
Yes, sir.
You understand? And this is what I was saying.
Blessed are the poor.
Right.
Matthew 5, verse 3.
Yeah.
Blessed are the poor in spirit.
No. It was Matthew 5 and
Okay.
what was it? No, it was Ecclesiastes 4 and 13.
4 and 13.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need you to go back to Matthew's after
Okay,
that.
Ecclesiastes 4:13.
Uh-huh.
Ecclesiastes 4:13. Better is a poor and wise child.
Let me say a poor and wise child.
Huh.
Why? Because when we go out to the ghettos, who you think is gonna be more? Where's the poor man gonna go? Where's his farm at?
It's in the ghettos.
Where's his merchandise at?
You
You don't have nothing to run to. You
got
don't have no mansion to go hide in
Nothing.
and separate himself from the world from.
That's
you don't
right.
got no yacht that he can sail out into the water and get away from the world. And no,
He's poor.
he poor, man. He's
Right.
right here. I don't got nothing.
What kind?
You know. Tell me this. I mean, I don't know. A lot of y'all probably, been in the ghetto and the parts of the ghetto where they got the homeless. Tell me, am I lying, man?
That's right.
Tell me am I lying when I say that those homeless people and those crackheads and stuff they'll always be ready to hold a conversation with you.
That's right.
Then you can sit down and talk to them all day.
That's true.
All day. They enjoy your time, your conversation.
That's right.
Because
Yes, sir.
why? Because they don't got nowhere else to go or be.
Nothing else.
Here I am, you know what I mean? You walk into the store, here I am, you know what I mean? What's going on? Yeah, brother, man, you heard about, Sally house down the road, man. Yeah, they got rid of, man. Yeah, she been part of the community and this and that. And they have a whole talk with you, man.
That's right.
But a rich man, he don't have to deal with you.
Right.
He don't have to deal with you. He gonna go move to Beverly Hills, out of the hood,
Away
away from you poor people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And have talks with the rich people and talk to them all day, and they hate him.
Right.
You know what I mean? They
Right.
hate him. They're fake, some of the fakest people ever. But that's
right.
the thing, like when these rich people, because they're, like I said, go ahead and read the next verse. Let me continue the verse.
Yes, sir. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish
You
king.
understand? Because an old and foolish king is someone who's stuck in their ways and is someone who's, blinded by their fame or their fortune.
That's right.
And that's what's happening right now in the story about the kingdom of heaven being likened unto a certain king,
That's right.
which made a marriage for his son.
That's right.
These are the same ones that are not coming, that are taking it lightly, because they got their merchandise to go to.
Right.
They got their farm
That's
to go
right.
to.
That's right.
They got their Lamborghini they can peel off in.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got their yacht they can go into the water, into the sunset in. They not really caring about no wedding or no truth or poor people or the ghetto. They don't care about that.
Can't buy how to get our money.
Right. They don't care about that. I got land.
That's right.
I got wives.
Right.
Bitches. Excuse my language.
Right.
Got cars and clothes and
Right.
jewelry.
Right.
What I care about people in the ghetto for. I care about the truth for. You understand?
That's right.
Kobe Bryant didn't pay no tithes. You know what I mean? You think Kobe Bryant didn't know about the truth? Come on, man. Everybody knows about the truth.
That's right.
Everybody knows about the truth, man. You understand? There's brothers that's right now that's successful in their days, like brothers in the Wu-Tang Clan. Brothers are part of Boys
Right.
to Men.
Right.
You know what I mean? That been exposed to the truth and been in these classes and didn't pay tithes till this day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because why? Because they got merchandise.
That's right.
They got their own farm. They got this. They got a record deal. They got a record label. They got the girls and all of that. You know,
Right.
They won't be at the wedding. They ain't coming into the truth. You know what I mean? But you have to bear with those brothers, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because a
Right.
lot of them, like I said, a lot of them are, just really, like I said, stubborn, and that's just how our people are.
That's right.
I mean, we are stiff-necked people.
Stiff-necked.
All right, go back to Matthew. Just finish up on that story and
Yes,
I'm going to go to some other scriptures.
Matthew
22, and you stop at
22,
verse.
yes, sir.
Start at verse 5 again.
Matthew 22 verse 5, but they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise.
Right, one to his farm, one he start a new camp. You know what I mean? One to create a new church. One to his mansion, to his yacht,
right.
to his new Beverly Hills community.
Right.
They're gonna go do their own thing. They make light of what you're talking about and what you're doing, because it doesn't benefit them. Because what they value is their farm.
That's
what
right.
they value is their merchandise.
That's right.
They value their money. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't value the truth.
Right.
They don't value the truth.
Right.
So they won't be in the truth. They're not going to come into the truth. They're going to go and enjoy their lives.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But no sweat, good.
And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
You understand? Go ahead.
And when the king heard thereof, he was wroth. And he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city.
You understand? And this is the thing, man. Like these priests and prophets in the UPK, when we go out to these street corners and we do this work of the Lord, yeah, brothers and sisters can take it lightly all they want to.
That's right.
They can take it lightly all they want to. They can laugh, they can joke, they can call us Power Rangers, they can call us, cult members. They can call us crazy. They can call us all of those things.
Right.
But the Lord is on our side.
Right.
The Lord is on our side.
That's right.
And we have an army in the UPK. And because the Lord is a man of war,
right,
the order can be given for you to be killed.
That's right.
The order can be given for you to be killed, man.
Right.
So what happens is you take it what we're saying lightly, and you turn around and have to receive judgment, not only for being a sinner, but also for what? Coming at the priests and prophets of the Lord.
Right.
For threatening the priests and prophets of the Lord.
That's right.
For raising a hand up against the priest. For coming up against the Lord's priest, man.
That's right.
You can be, the order can be given for you to be killed.
That's right.
You understand? So that's what happened. He said, what? He said, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their cities.
That's right.
So all that stuff that you had and all that good stuff, it'll never mean nothing, man.
Right.
Them farms and that merchandise and that money you have and all that power these sisters hold on to, abort their babies to get and keep.
Oh, have mercy.
You understand? All these things, these sisters that throw their man away to have, you know what I mean, because he ain't got no money, because she feels so big and mighty, because she got this, this corporate job, or this, she make $20 an hour, she'll lose it all. Right. She'll lose it all. The brothers out there it kills me, and I tell brothers all the time, man, if you think that you're going to do something sinful to take care of yourself or your family, you're going to lose yourself.
That's right.
You're going to lose your family. You understand? I tell brothers all the time. I had a brother that told me that he had to accept drug money to be able to take care of his family. Wow. I said, brother, you better be lucky the Lord didn't take your family.
That's right.
Because if you think that you doing the right thing by accepting drug money to take care of your family is something right, then you got the Lord effed up.
That's right.
You got the Lord effed up. Because he wants you to be righteous.
Right.
And if your righteousness is dependent on your family, then I'll get rid of your family. I'll get rid of your family. Wow. I'll get rid of your family. Wow. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
People don't think like that.
That's right.
What they would do for this person or that person that caused them to be sinners, and how can the Lord help you not to be a sinner? By taking that person out of your life.
That's right.
Taking him or her out of your life altogether. Your kids, your wife, you understand? Your wife. That's right. You want to go rob and kill and steal and sell drugs to make this woman happy? No, sir. Right. I'll get rid of the woman.
Right.
Now you don't have to sell drugs no more.
Right.
Now you don't have to kill and rob and steal no more.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like, you know, these of our people who are out here being sinners who, you know, take this truth lightly and you know, come up against the priests, they're going to lose all of those things that they turn their back on us for.
That's right.
They're going to lose it. And it could even just be themselves that they lose.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not just mentally for what they already are lost.
Right.
But they can lose their life. What? Continue.
Right. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
You understand? That's the thing, man. You know, even though we want to save everybody, even though we want to save our wife, our husband, our children, mom and dad, everybody is not worthy, man.
Not worthy. That's right.
Some people just not worthy. And that's just one of the cold truths.
Wow.
It's one of the cold truths that even I, as a member of this school, had to accept.
Right.
Me as a devout, you know, Israelite in the UPK, a loyal UPK member, have had to come to grips of.
Right.
Everyone is not worthy.
That's right, sir.
And the more I realized everyone wasn't worthy, the more I just directed most of my love and attention and stuff to those brothers that are in the school. So when I go out and I teach brothers and sisters that are in the world, I know that there's a big possibility that they're not worthy.
Right.
They're just not worthy.
That's right.
It could be my own flesh and blood. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But even Christ said, who is my mother, who is my brother.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We have these lessons. We know what it is. You know what I mean? The Bible also says your foes are those of your own household.
That's right.
So you can sit right there and think that because that's your flesh and blood, that they love you, but they'll be the ones that stab you in the back.
Right.
They'll be the ones that'll sell you up the road, you know what I mean, have you killed and set up.
Right.
They're the ones that'll have you strung out on drugs and you can't get off of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Tell me I'm lying, man.
That's right.
It's the first time we do drugs and do get high, you know what I mean? It's with our loved ones. It's with our friends and family.
That's right.
No sweat.
That's right.
But like I said, some of them are not worthy, man. But the show must go on.
That's right.
So this 51st annual Passover
will
be glorious.
Right.
It will be memorable. And it will be what? Righteous.
Righteous.
It will be righteous. Like General Muhammad said, we're going to have men there, soldiers, brothers, you know, right. Women, children running around, and we ain't got to worry about where the kid at, where my son at. Why? Because your brothers are watching them.
That's right.
The sisters are watching them. It's brotherhood, sisterhood, and righteousness, and just all type of love. I mean, real love in that place. And the marriage will go on. The event will go on.
That's right.
The truth will go on. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah. But they which were bidden were not worthy. Mm-hmm. Verse 9, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's drop that and
let's
go back to Ecclesiastes 4:13 real quick. Touch on that.
Ecclesiastes 4:13.
Yep.
Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor.
You understand? Like that kingdom that these brothers and sisters hold on to, that power and authority that was given to by America, by their oppressors.
Right.
Read that last part again.
For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born into his kingdom becometh poor.
You understand? Becometh poor, man.
Right.
For out of prison, you understand, his brother who can be taught to keep the laws, the Lord's commandments. Like these brothers in prison will rule the earth, man. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Like those brothers that are poor, that's in the ghetto,
right.
They will be the ones that will rule the earth.
Right.
They're the ones that will inherit the kingdom. Those brothers that are in prison, that are in the streets, that are poor, they can be taught the law, statutes, and commandments,
Right.
and rule the earth.
That's right.
While meanwhile, what? The brother that's in his whereas the man that's born in his kingdom, right?
No more being lost.
Right. Born is meaning what? His power and his strength.
That's right.
Right. All
right.
of the things that he has, his popularity of his people will become poor.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They will become poor.
Right.
That's why the Bible says they will be least in the kingdom. You know what I mean? They were like,
right.
when Christ gave a big reward to those disciples that fed him and clothed him when he was hungry and naked. You know what I mean? He said that you will be leaders in this kingdom. You will rule in this kingdom. You know what I mean? But as for the other people, they will be what? They will be least in the kingdom, man.
That's right.
The rich, those that are rich right now, that are, have this power and strength in America that America gives them, and listening to what they pastors say, and this feminist movement and everything else,
right?
They will become poor.
That's right.
And so while brothers in prison or the bottom, they will rule with Christ. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They will rule with Christ. What something you was about to say?
No, listen.
Okay, they will rule with Christ, man. You
right.
understand? Matter of fact, that gives me to another precept, but let's see. I mean, that gives me another precept. Let's see. Salagia. I got, no sweat. Don't worry about it. Give me Hebrews 2:17. You understand? You gotta understand, like, they put Christ in prison. You know what I mean?
Right.
Christ was in prison. He was the most perfect man that ever walked the earth.
Right.
Without sin.
Right.
Poor. Homeless. In prison. So you telling me that these people that are poor, homeless, in prison today won't be the same people who will rule the earth?
That's right.
Because it's dang, that's the scripture I was looking for.
Is that the
it's Matthews 19:23.
Matthews 19:23 reads, Then said Jesus unto his disciples,
What?
Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You understand?
That's
a rich
right.
man will hardly enter
That's
into
right.
the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because he's not worried about the truth.
Right.
Or the people. He's not worried about the people. Black power. No, he worried about his money.
Right.
Those green guys.
Right.
Those dead presidents.
Right.
Those buckety bucks.
Right.
His merchants.
Right.
His merchandise, I should say.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? All of those things, man. His farm, his wealth, his businesses. He's worried about that.
That's all he worried about.
He's not worried about building the ghetto.
Right.
Saving the poor and defending the poor.
Right.
Defending the fatherless.
He's worried about all that.
That's not what he's thinking about.
About his
You
pops.
understand? Just like we read in Matthews, they would not come to the truth.
That's right.
They make light of the truth and what we say, what we do.
Right.
But brothers and sisters, like I said, I'm gonna just be honest with you. No one really hears this truth and just is like, sign me up. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, sign me up. Why I sign up at? You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for brothers bearing with me every day and every night, and you know what I mean, y'all would die. So like you know what I mean? Like, brothers bearing with me, man. I wouldn't even be here today myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is what this class is about fishing brothers and how brothers and sisters can be and why they can be the way they are.
Right.
But nonetheless, how we have to be. We have to be the light of the world. We have to be the light. We have to endure. We have to be patient with one another, man.
Right.
And there's sometimes when we have to be rude in speech.
Right.
There is
Right.
sometimes we have to be rude in speech.
That's right.
Because there are some that are just not worthy. And there are some that just, those kind words are just not good enough for. You have to really battle that demon on them. See what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to really battle that demon. Go ahead.
Right. Then said Jesus to his disciples, Verily I say unto you that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle
Good night.
than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Man, listen, like and share this video, man. You understand? Kobe Bryant just passed away.
Wow.
A lot of our people were mourning Kobe, which is not a bad thing to do.
Right.
Kobe was a big part of all of our childhoods.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? But at the same time, when we realize the true battle
Right.
that we're in right now,
Right.
we know that there was a position for Kobe in a greater league or
Right.
a greater association than
Right.
the National Basketball Association.
Right.
There would have been a big difference in all of our lives as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? And it's easier for a poor man to enter into heaven than a rich man. It's more probable, likely for it to take a camel through the eye of a needle, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was, if I may, sir, I could
Absolutely,
be wrong,
go
but
ahead.
I just want to ask. It says, I was looking at the term, the eye of a needle. It's like they used to have a needle gate in Jerusalem where the camel had to get down. It's very hard to do for that camel to crawl through, is what they were saying.
Nah, we talking about a literal threading needle.
Little threading
A
needle.
threading needle.
Uh,
You understand? Read it one more time.
It is, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Right. You understand? Hold on, we're in class right now. Go in the class, go in the room. You understand? Like I said, they put Christ in prison, man, on charges that Pontius Pilate said were false. You know what I mean? Pontius Pilate was, a damn liar.
Right.
False accusations, just like we black men still go through today. When the cops or the judges, charge us on false charges.
Right.
It's the same thing they did with Christ, had him in prison, and Christ was the best black man to ever walk the earth, man.
Right.
Greatest black man to ever walk the earth. You understand? Like I said, he was giving brothers a chance, man.
Right.
Christ was doing that. Christ was giving brothers a chance. You know what I mean? And what you're gonna understand when these brothers, that are in the prison system, like Christ was like, teaching brothers in prison to become rulers with the laws of the Most High, and what you learn in these breakdowns that we have in the ISUPK, man.
Right.
You can go in these prisons and raise up these brothers in this prison system to be rulers. You know what I mean? Because that's what the Lord is looking for. Drop that. Let me get Hebrews 2:17 again.
Hebrews
2:17. All right.
Hebrews 2:17. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to make light unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, and make reconciliation for his sins and the people.
You understand? Read it from the top.
Wherefore in all things it behooved him
It
to
did
be,
what?
It behooved
It
him.
did what?
It behooved him.
It behooved him, right? Which is what? What does behoove mean? What does behoove mean?
To be.
What does behoove mean?
To want to do it,
The word behoove means help.
to help.
Yeah, help. And it behoove. Behoove is help. Behooved with a D is mean helped. It helped him. It behooved him. It helped him Go ahead.
It helped him or behooved him to be made like unto his brother.
To do what?
To be made like unto his brother.
To have a lot of money.
To be made like unto his brother.
To have a lot of talent and skills.
To be made like unto his brother.
To have good credit.
To be made like unto his brother.
It helped him to be made like unto his brothers.
Right.
How can it help somebody to be made like unto their brothers? I'm going to tell you right now from experience. The things that I've been through in the world helped me to be able to now come into the truth and what's the best way to say it? Relate to brothers that are going through the same things in the world. See what I'm saying? Like being a gangbanger.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Coming into the truth, I can now speak to gangbangers from a position of I know what you're going through.
Right.
It helps me to know what they're going through.
That's right.
I can talk to homeless people. I've been homeless. I can talk to starving people. I've starved. I can talk to those people who are poor because I was poor.
Right.
It helps me. Sisters that been, unfortunately that been raped before.
Wow.
That come into the school. It behooves you to be made unto like your brother, like your sister.
Right.
To be able to say, sis, I was raped. I had counsel. If it wasn't for the counsel of these men in the UPK, I would have never overcome the trauma of being raped.
Right.
This is what I was told, and they can give sisters a bit of what they would the counsel, what the wise words that was told to them.
That's right.
Like, don't worry about this, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? What's going on? But but more importantly, to what? Send them to these preaching prophets that counseled her.
Right.
You know what I mean? It behooved us, man. It behooved Christ to be put in prison on false charges. It helped him. Why? Because guess what? All black people are being locked up under false charges.
That's right.
That's what all black people, a lot of our black men are at, in prison. On what? False charges. Christ was able to communicate with those brothers in prison, man.
Right.
He was able to communicate with those brothers in prison that was in there on false charges because they was black, because they was Hispanic. You understand? Or in this time, because they was Jews. Because they was Issacharites.
Right.
They was Simeonites, or they was Israelites. It was his people. Today, what we call so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And you see how we're treated. You see how we, like I said, they put out mass incarceration, put out 3 strike rules, war on drugs, and they put us in prison. And guess what? When a brother like me makes it out of that world, I'm able to be an advocate for those people that are in that world.
Right.
You know what I mean? There are a lot of brothers that are in this truth that come from different walks of life that can relate to certain people that been through what they've been through.
Right.
And like I said, Christ was in prison. Christ was homeless. Christ was poor. You know what I mean? That's all what our people are today, and it behooved him to be made like unto his brother. Go ahead.
It behooved him to be made like unto his brother, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in all things pertaining to the Most High.
I'm saying in all things, Christ was made like his brothers, blacks and the Latinos, man. You understand? He was like I said, he was from the ghettos of Nazareth, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? A place where they said no good thing can come, right?
No good
and
thing.
John, right?
That's right.
John 1:45, right?
That's right.
He was in the ghettos of Nazareth. As a matter of fact, drop and give me John 1:45.
145.
You know what I mean? He said, you know what I mean? He was, like I said, he was from the ghettos of Nazareth. Where they said no good thing would come. And don't they say it about the ghetto today?
That's right.
Nothing good coming out of the ghetto.
That's right.
But all the thing coming out of the ghetto is drug dealers, criminals, pimps and hoes.
That's right.
And AIDS and trap music.
Right.
You know, drugs, nonetheless. What's coming out of Compton? What's coming out of what good things coming out of Marcy Projects?
Wow.
Out of Little Haiti.
Wow.
No good thing.
No good thing.
You know what I mean? But it be like I said, it behooved him. It helped him to be made like those blacks and Latinos that's in these ghettos. That's in these hoods. That's in those ghettos as well. Read
That's
it.
right.
Read it.
John 1:45. Philip findeth Nathanael and saith unto him, We have found him.
You understand? We found him. Go ahead.
Of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write.
You understand? And this is for those Old Testament, New Testament Old Testament Israelites. You know what I mean? That don't believe in the New Testament. Christ and Moses and them talked about Christ.
That's right.
They talked about the coming of Christ. They talked about Christ coming
That's
into,
right.
being the scepter shall reign with Judah. He gonna be what is said one from the loins of David.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
like it's gonna be a man that's gonna come out of the loins of David.
Right.
Like it's been talked about in the Old Testament, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write. Jesus of Nazareth.
Who?
Jesus of Nazareth.
They talked about him, man.
That's right.
In the Old Testament. Go ahead.
The son of Joseph.
Go ahead.
Verse 46. And Nathanael said unto him, Can there any good thing come out of Nazareth?
You feel me? Can there anything come good out of this ghetto? Out of these projects, out of these hoods?
That's right.
But guess what? It is something that's going to come out of those ghettos and those hoods.
That's
it's going
right.
to be the priests and prophets of the Lord.
Right.
Priests and prophets of the Lord, the rulers of the earth,
Right.
are going to come out of those ghettos, man.
That's
Are
right.
going to come from out of those prisons. Are going to come from out of those boroughs and those projects, man.
That's right.
That's what's going to come out of there. Are you over here trying to move out the hood and move to Beverly Hills and look at the hood as something that you just want to leave far behind you?
Right.
That's where the Lord's people are.
Right.
That's where those fallen angels are.
Right.
You understand? That's where those priests and prophets are, man.
Right.
The saints. All right? So you remember that, man. You can go back to Hebrews 2:17, man.
Hebrews 2:17.
I mean, like, hold on real quick. Like I said, man, like his father got his mother pregnant at a young age.
Right.
Before a formal marriage.
Right.
How relative is that? How relative is that, right?
Right.
How many brothers get sisters pregnant before, you know what I mean, things even official yet?
Before they get to courthouse.
Before they even get to the courthouse, don't even know the girl's favorite color yet, you know what I mean? She pregnant, she with child, you know what I mean?
Right.
We already know these things, man. Like
Right.
this is how we are.
Right.
His father and his mother was in the same way.
Right.
He came from the ghettos. It behooved him, man, to be made like unto his brothers. Right now, Yeshaya, go in the room. It behooved him to be made like unto his brothers, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, his mother and his father got his mother pregnant at a young age before formal marriage, just like most blacks and Hispanics, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? They hated him for what? For going against the white Roman society.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And what do they hate us for today? For going against America.
Right.
Same thing,
Same
man.
thing.
And coming against the religious and the political leaders of that time. Same thing today, man.
Right. We don't need no paper.
You see what I'm saying? Like these things that we practice today,
Right.
that we learn and we do and we see, even in the truth and in the world,
Right.
it's all what Christ relates to. Christ wasn't some benevolent being, you know what I mean? That just
Right.
came down, via a beam of light, and had on an all white toga. You know what I mean? All white toga and floated everywhere he went. Everywhere he went, he didn't touch the ground. He just floated. No, man.
No.
This was a black man.
Black man.
Who was poor, who was in the ghetto, whose mother and father was what they would call today, had a child out of wedlock.
That's right.
What they would call it today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, he was raw. He was a revolutionary. And he, like I said, he went against the Roman society,
right,
and all of the religions and political leaders of that time.
Right.
Like I said, he was targeted for what? For death by the white Romans, man.
That's
he was targeted for death, man. And since he was a baby on the run, you understand, was hated, in prison on false charges.
Right.
All of those things are what we can relate to. So Christ, it behooved him to be made like unto his brother. Read it from the top.
Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest.
Oh, I'm in class. Go in the room. Okay.
That he may be made a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High.
Go ahead, read it again one more time.
Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God.
You understand? So all in all, Christ has been through it all, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Tempted with everything black men are tempted, and this makes him what? Able to show mercy to the brothers who got it wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, he didn't get it wrong, we got it wrong, and he's able to show mercy to these brothers.
Right.
Show mercy to these sisters, and that's what we have to do, man.
That's
We
right.
have to have mercy on our brothers and sisters, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They say that how can we not forgive our brothers and sisters when Christ forgave us?
Right.
Who do you think you are?
Right.
How can I consider if the splinter that is in thy brother's eye without considering the beam that is in thy own eye?
Right.
Thou hypocrite.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you out here worried about not forgiving somebody, how much you not gonna forgive this person, how much of a grudge, and no, you need to sit down because you ain't shit, man.
Right.
You ain't shit, and none of us are, man.
That's right.
Christ was perfect.
Right.
He struggled and he died for us and he forgave us, man. Don't come with that, man. There's no place for a person like that in the UPK.
Right.
You're gonna forgive your brothers and sisters in here, man. You're gonna forgive your brothers and sisters in Christ, man. Read.
For in that he himself hath suffered being tempted.
You understand? And also, this is, like I said, from being tempted, right? So, like I
Right.
said, all of these brothers are being tempted. Now, like I said, for these same things, he can have mercy on them, right? You
Right.
understand? And also, this is how he can teach brothers to overcome
That's right.
and endure and to what? And to follow the Most High.
That's right.
So this is how we all have to capitalize, man. You know, we come from a dangerous place. We come from
Wow.
a very evil and wicked place.
Right.
We came from a very impoverished place. You know what I mean? Don't come up in no way, form, or fashion and act like you're better than somebody.
Right.
You
Right.
understand?
Right.
Just know where you came from, man.
Right.
Know who you are. You know what I mean? And that's what Christ did, man. Christ, like, this is important to, like, important tool to fish men, man. It's an important tool to fish men because Christ was a brother who understands and actually walked in a black man's shoes, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he literally walked in a black man's shoes. Like, everything that we go through today, Christ went through it.
Right.
And he knows it. You know what I mean? Walked in our shoes. A white man cannot sympathize or understand being black or Hispanic or Native.
Can't do it.
He can't sympathize.
No,
You know.
sir.
You know what I mean? Why? Because what? Because he's not one of us.
Not one of us. That's right.
He's
sir.
not one of us. He can't understand or
Right.
sympathize or have compassion. So what happens? So we suffer, and with the knowledge we teach in the UPK,
Right.
you can help other brothers, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We suffer, but with this knowledge in the UPK, we can help other brothers and sisters, man.
Right.
We can do what Christ did, and we can perform those same miracles, man. You know how much of a miracle it is to get a black man to put cigarettes and weed down?
That's right.
You know how much of a miracle it is to get a woman to keep her legs closed?
That's
to
right.
not be a whore?
That's
to
right.
keep a man in good standing with his relationship? You know what I mean? And not throwing every sister away that he sleep with?
That's right.
Like you know how much of a miracle it is to keep a family together, a husband and wife and children, a marriage, with
Right.
with such a high percentage of single parent homes. In the UPK, we got a high percentage of successful marriages.
Right.
It's a miracle, man.
Miracle.
It's a miracle. You can perform it, like I said, with the knowledge we teach in the UPK, man. You understand? You can help other brothers and sisters. Get them in this truth, man. Share this video. Share
Right.
Share this truth. Subscribe to the pages. Share all of the classes, man. You know what I mean? We can definitely do it. All right, drop that. Give me hold on. Go to verse 18. Where you at?
Verse 18, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 18, for in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are
You
tempted.
see what I'm saying? Like I said,
Right.
because he had that same temptation. You know what I mean? So like I said, through it all,
Right.
that, you know, all the way he was tempted with everything black men are tempted with, and like I said, that alone makes him able to show mercy to other blacks who got it wrong, obviously, who are not perfect, who sin. You know what I mean? All right, so drop that and give me John chapter 12 verse 32.
John chapter 12 verse 32 reads, "And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me." This he said, signifying what death he should die.
You understand? So what? So Christ said what? If he be lifted up
from the earth,
it'd be told that he was what? A brother, man.
Right.
It'd be told that he was a brother.
Right.
It'd be what? Who gave his life for the poor? Who gave his life for the sick? Who gave his life, for outcasts of black people, what they call the black sheep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those brothers and sisters that the family rejects because they just can't get right. You know what I mean? Or those blacks and Latinos of all our people, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Would come and serve the Most High. Read it one more time.
Verse 32, John 12 and 32. And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. Then he said, signifying what death he should die.
You understand? Like I said, this was right before Christ died.
Wow.
This is right before he died, man. And like I said, we got some valiant ancestors, man. Some courageous ancestors, man.
That's right.
This Bible, these brothers in this Bible, Mattathias, Job, Nehemiah, you know what I mean, Christ, David, you know what I mean? Like courageous. Even the sisters, man.
Right.
Even the sisters like Jael and Ruth and Esther, you know what I mean, which we're getting ready to celebrate on Purim. You know what I mean? Like these were courageous brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, who you know what I mean, who have these records, man, like the records of our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, or Jesus Christ, that what? The life he lived was what? About fishing and reaching out to extend the Lord's mercy and wisdom.
That's right.
And that's what we have to do. We have the same duty, man.
Right.
We have to extend the Lord's mercy and wisdom. We have to go out and teach our people the truth and bear with them and forgive them for their sins. Just like we would forgive them for our sins.
Right.
Not look at them as drug dealers, but look at them as brothers and sisters, man. And fix them. You know what I mean? And fix them all together. Alright, read it one more time, that last part.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Alright, go ahead, read it one more time.
Now, it's locked. And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. This he said, signifying what death he should die.
You understand? Like I said, man, he extended the Lord's mercy and the Lord's wisdom to the most, unwanted people on the earth. The most helpless people on the earth, man.
Right.
The most abandoned people on the face of the earth. But what are we at the same time? We're the greatest people on the face of the earth. You know what I mean? We still the greatest, and he knew that.
Right.
He knew that. That's why the Most High said. That's why the scriptures say, "For God so loved the world." He loved us so much. He sent this man to come down here and be poor and be made unto his brother, go to prison and everything to extend the mercy and the wisdom of his Father to these people who the Most High loves, who are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
All right. But you understand? You understand? The best of us was what? Was a black man from the ghetto. That was the best of us. A black man from the ghetto, not Kobe Bryant, not whoever, Michael Jackson, not whoever else of our successors that's passed, or that's even here today, Jay-Z. No, that's not the best of us. The best of us are right there in that prison, man.
That's right.
The best of us is right there in the ghetto. You understand? A poor black man.
Poor.
You know what I mean? And that's why, you know what I mean, when it comes down to it, who's like this same poor black man from the ghetto who was Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ, was what? was executed for what? Saving and raising up poor people.
Right.
Executed for giving a damn about black people.
Right.
And black people only, Hispanics and Native Indians. He was executed for trying to save us, for saving us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Matt, give me Jeremiah 16 and 16.
Jeremiah, what was that, sir?
16 and 16.
Jeremiah 16 and 16 reads, Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send my many hunters.
I mean, it's going to be a time we're going to have fishers. We're going to be men who are going to go out and prophesy into the wind and hold events and go to events and speak to the politicians and speak to the religious leaders and battle them and battle the brothers and sisters and go into the prison system. And we're going to have to fish and fish and fish. But then there will be a time when the Lord will call for hunters.
That's right.
And if you don't know now the value of a killer, you understand? If you don't know now the value of a killer, you better get on it. You better get on it quick.
That's right.
Because there's going to be a time when the Lord is going to call for hunters.
That's right.
And so will you, brother.
That's right.
And so will you, sister. You're going to be looking for a hunter. Someone who will stand up in the gap for you. Someone who will stand in the hedge for you. And greet your enemies for you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's going to come a time where we're going to have hunters, man. You know what I mean? The UPK is no cowards.
Right.
You know what I mean? We train up brothers with hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
You know, all different types and forms of warfare.
Right.
Spiritual, mental. You know what I mean? Like it's the art of warfare, man. In every way, form, or fashion.
Right.
It's going to be a time where there's going to be hunters. Go ahead.
And I will send many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
You understand? Out of the holes of the rocks, like seriously, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like now is the time to fish men, all right?
That's right.
Now's the time to fish men. However,
Fish them up now.
Yeah, definitely fish them up, raise them up. You know what I mean? Build that exceedingly great army.
Gone.
You know what I mean? And then however, there is a reason he said to go to get the brothers in prison full of what? Full of aggression.
Right.
Full of anger and poverty.
Right.
The Lord wants them brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? The one society rejects and turns them into righteous warriors of the Lord.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We're going to turn them into real warriors of the Lord.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Not soft Christians or Muslims who will love and accept everybody, you know what I mean? Or follow another nation's God and be okay with being a second-class citizen.
Right.
No. You want those brothers that's beat down. That's beat down to the ground by everything and everybody, and we gonna raise them up to polished gold and give them the full armor of the Most High, and they're going to battle the evil in high places, man. They're going to battle the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Spiritual warfare, and then one day to be hunters in physical warfare. All right. So like I said, it is a fishing time. Like I said, but when Christ returned, you know what I mean, to those same fishers,
right?
Those same fishers will become hunters.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And like I say, right now in this time where we seeing all these prophecies coming to pass, a nation rising against nation,
right? The
famine, the pestilence, all the diseases, starvation, you know what I mean? Coronavirus is running rampant, scaring everybody and their daddy and mama.
Right.
You got earthquakes in diverse places.
That's right.
And Puerto Rico and and Haiti and DR and Jamaica is all kind of just natural disasters and so many different New York, upstate New York, and why is it these things happening? Because the scripture said it would happen, man.
That's right.
World War III on the brink.
On the brink.
You must know that the time is coming. The time is soon at an end, man.
Right.
The end of the world is coming, and the beginning of the world of Jacob is upon us, man.
Right.
We must continue to build. We must continue to fish.
Right.
Like I said, once Christ return, like I said, then will come time for what? Hunting and killing. All of you thinking that Christ is coming back to love. Yo, this is crazy to me, yo. I can't believe I used to think, I don't even know. What did I think of Christ and his Bible in the world? Coming back to love, and just got a nice, perfect story in our minds as Christians of what Christ is here and he represents and what he's coming back to do and what he came to do and everything. Like, you know, you're gonna be in a rude awakening, like when it says wisdom of Solomon. Matter of fact, give me wisdom of Solomon. I think it's 5 and 2.
Wisdom of Solomon.
I think it's 5 and 2. How much time we got? We got about 20 more minutes. That's a good time. It's pretty good class. Shalom, Mataya Ali. How about you, Mr. Brother Thigh, priest? That's like it. He ain't a priest yet. He on his way though. You know what I mean? Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2.
5 and 2.
You understand? Like, it's a time to fish, man. We gotta fish our brothers, man. Why those people out there that are like those ones who are not worthy, who would rather go to their merchandise and put their jobs and their businesses before the truth and their money before their people and everything of that nature, guess what, man? You're gonna lose it all, man.
That's right.
You're gonna lose it all. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose it all, and all you're gonna have is the truth. And you better get in it right now, because when that same kingdom that you want to be, that same kingdom that you are in, where you have that power and that strength at, and that money and all that is going to come to an end. And guess who's going to be the powerful and the strengthened and in the kingdom at that time? It's going to be the kingdom of heaven, man. It's going to be black supremacy. It's going to be the Israelites, Jacob, who rule. And now, because you've rejected us in the time of calamity, you know what I mean? Now you must be the least in the kingdom of heaven. You have to see that the empire, the kingdom that you love so much, fall to the ground. And you be stuck out in the cold without a shirt to cover your nakedness. And all the people that you love have turned to their own people, have turned to their own nations. You know what I mean? The scripture said that every man would turn to his own people. You know what I mean? As the chase roll. Alright? So read what you got. Did you get it? Wisdom of Solomon? Let me get it.
The Wisdom of Solomon, verse 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
You understand? Like I said, when Christ returns, that time for fishing is over.
That's right.
It's too late now.
Too late.
Now, those same fishes that was already fished in are going to be called to be hunters. Killers. The killers. You see these swords we carry around and these spikes on our head, and all us Power Rangers, and you know, we a cult and all that. You're going to be looking for us. You're going to be looking for us when it all falls down. And you say, them brothers got weapons and garments, warlike apparel, and aggression and anger and everything else. And these brothers are going to stand on the front line for me. Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians, where are they now? Do not wait until it's too late, man. Because if you do thinking that God is some loving person and Christ is just some benevolent being that floats around and wants to come back and give flowers and candy and sugar and spice and everything nice, like a Powerpuff Girl or something like that, you gonna be what? Read it again.
When they shall see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
If that's what you think is coming, you're going to be troubled with terrible fear.
That's right.
You see us and we on the corner, we yelling and we slanging that Bible and that, and we got these swords, and we see them Hebrew Academy videos, brothers is doing them Yad Karabs, doing that Yad Karab. You think that's scary? Wait till Christ returns and cracks that sky open. And 200 million black angels accompanies him. And they are monsters. They're the real monsters. They're the real cult leaders.
That's right.
Those are the real cult leaders right there.
Women running their husbands.
Just like I forgot what was the sister name. I don't think it was Deborah. If I don't know who was it, Deborah.
I can't.
That went to her husband when she seen the countenance of an angel.
Took off, brother.
She went to her husband. But what did Joshua do? Joshua
picked the sword up.
Joshua pulled that sword out and went to the angel and said, "Are you a friend or a foe?" That's what we represent the UPK, man.
Right.
We approaching. Damn right, man. Damn right, man.
That's right.
We building up, brother. We fishing brothers that come in here to train them up to be soldiers.
Right.
To have courage.
Right.
To stand up for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
not just
right.
as a nation, but as husbands, man.
Right.
As fathers, as brothers. And we will stand on the front line against our oppressors.
Right.
We stand on the front line against our enemies, man.
Right.
Against all of the things that our people fear, we'll be there.
Right.
You understand? So when they crack that sky, it's only going to be joyful for us.
Yes, sir.
But for you Christians or you that take this stuff lightly that we're talking about, you're going to be troubled in great fear. Because you're going to be like... and then you're going to see a bunch of black angels, and you're going to be like, that smile on
Right. Edom going to be a day.
You know what you're going to say? You know, I always make fun of this. When they say this in a movie, you know it's going down. When the one person look up in the sky and say this, you know it's going down. What they say? They say, God help us all. When they look up and say that in the movie, it's about to go down.
Right.
God help us all.
Lord,
it's about to be something they ain't never seen before going down and they're coming out of that sky. You understand?
Right.
Something that's going down that they ain't never seen or never expected. It's about to go down. God help us all.
Help us all.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They're going to be what, Op?
Shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They're going to be amazed at the strangeness. Why is it strange? Because they didn't think of it like this. They thought it was going to be such a beautiful and pleasant thing.
That's right.
And the strangeness of his what? Salvation. Because they thought that God loved everybody.
Wow.
They thought that everybody was going to be saved.
Wow.
What about the Jews? What about the Jewish? And what about the Africans? And what about the Arabs and the Chinese? And what about them? You understand? What about them?
That's right.
No sweat. No sweat. The same answer we give you in the UPK is going to be manifested when you see that sky crack.
Right.
And there ain't no happy men coming out of that sky with togas on, with white faces, coming down here to love everybody. They coming down here to hunt and kill.
Right.
And those fishes that we raised up under the UPK, under that UPK banner, is going to be hunting and killing alongside of those men. And it's going to be glorious, man.
Right.
You're going to be amazed, and you're going to be in fear, and we're going to be fulfilled and what? Enjoy, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Shall be amazed at the strength of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
So far beyond all what they look for, man. Wow. You understand? Like I said, man, you know, we talk about what's going to happen, what's coming to pass with these fishes, with these men that we fishing up here in the UPK, under the leadership of the Christ, under Commander General Yohana.
Right.
You're going to see what we were doing was absolutely righteous.
Right.
You're going to see that what we've been saying this whole time is absolutely righteous. The spirit that we were in, when we say we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, that we were absolutely righteous for those things. For saying those things. When we say our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and that God only loves Israel, you'll see that we were righteous in everything that we said.
That's right.
When you took it lightly, when you chose your merchandise, when you chose your farm, you chose all of those things that you love and have the power, authority, your job, your position at work, you chose all of that, man.
Right.
So now you have to be a part of what? The people who are going to be what? Receiving the plagues of our enemies.
Right.
You know what I mean? All right, so drop that. Let me see. Let me get it's Exodus 15:3, man.
Exodus 15:3.
You understand? Like I said, man, it's a time fishing time. But when Christ returns, those same fishes will become hunters, like we just read in the scripture.
Right.
And once Christ returns, then will come the time for hunting and killing. Now is the time for fishing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we not only fishing, but we training up soldiers. We training up warriors. You know what I mean? That's why all the wars on the Middle East are happening and will spread. It's going to spread worldwide. That's why. That's why those wars are happening in the Middle East, and they're going to spread all over the world until it's World War I, man.
Right.
And because the Lord is a man of war, and he wants warriors.
Right.
Give me what I want, huh?
Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war, man. And the Lord, like I said, because he is a man of war, he wants warriors.
Right.
And when it comes time, the Lord will put the spirit on the same fishes to now become hunters and killers. Right?
Right.
To become hunters and killers for all the crimes that the oppressor has committed against our people, man.
Right.
All the crimes of white society, all the crimes of Arab society, you know what I mean, of the Africans that all the things that they've done to blacks and Latinos,
right.
man. He's gonna put that spirit of war on those fishes to become
right.
hunters and killers, man.
Right.
Read it one more time, man.
The Lord is a man of war. Mm-hmm. The Lord, the Most High, is his name.
You understand? Like, you know, when the time comes when Christ returns, I don't know if y'all remember that James Brown song, the big payback.
Right.
That's gonna be the big payback.
That's right. That's what we need.
The big payback.
Payback.
Huh? Talk to me, Isupk.
The big payback. It's gonna be glorious time.
Wow. You know what I mean? The big payback. We gonna get the payback and justice against who? White society for slavery.
Right. That's right.
You understand? For the crack epidemic.
Right.
Heroin.
Right.
Child support.
Right.
Abortion.
Right.
Putting 2 million brothers in prison.
Right.
We're gonna get them all for it. Payback, man.
Right.
Payback. All the justice we want from the Lord, we get from you teaching brothers, you understand, what to learn from the ISUPK, man.
Left us no grapes in the vineyard.
You understand? Plant a vineyard to get and have to partake in none of the grapes.
Nothing.
You understand? What did it say about having a wife and another man sleep with her?
Another sleep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna get payback for those
That's
things,
right.
man.
Big payback.
Big payback, man.
Right.
Like I said, man, all of the justice that black people fight for, we get those picket signs for.
Right.
We go out, we protest.
Right.
That justice that you want, we're telling you how to get it right now.
That's right.
You gotta fish these brothers and sisters in this world, right?
Right.
And you got to what? You gotta show them the priests and prophets. You gotta
Right.
show them the truth.
That's right, son.
You gotta show them to these priests.
Count it
Give them
on.
to these priests, so what? We can start teaching these brothers what you learned in the UPK. That help you change your life. That help you see your identity, who you are, and what you're able to inherit because of who you are, because of who your family is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man.
Right.
So we gotta fish these brothers and sisters. We gotta do what? We gotta really show people that this Bible is not a religious book, man.
That's right.
This Bible is not a white man's book.
Not at all.
This Bible ain't about no all-loving God that loves everybody.
No.
We got to show them how, this Bible is helping black men and women to become strong.
Right.
Blacks and Hispanics, and how it talks about all of our issues. You know what I mean? Things that are going to help us, not like some old civil rights movement. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about a real revolution.
That's right.
Not no Christian mumbo jumbo, some Christian slave, doctrine or some slave mentality, man.
Poison.
Loving and forgiving your oppressor.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
You have to get out of that mind state, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We got to get out of that mind state. We can show them these things, man. You know what I mean? These are just, like I said, these are just some of the ideas or whatever brothers talk about regularly, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why in the UPK, when you become an officer, you got to be weaned from the milk. Because those same things that, like I said, people talk about regularly, you have to be proficient in.
Right.
Who Christ died for.
Right.
Yeah. So who the laws is not done away with. You know what I mean? When it comes down to eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster,
That's
simple
right.
dietary laws. You know what I mean? Simple dietary laws, man, and the color of the Israelites.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like regular things, man. And that's why I say, brothers and sisters, like, we have to be engaging in these conversations, waking people up to the truth, man.
Right.
It's time for us to fish brothers and fish these sisters in here, raise up this nation for Christ to return so that we can be able to get justice and get payback, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anybody in the chat, look like we got a few people in here. If you want payback,
that's right.
hit that one button, man.
Payback.
Hit that number one button right now, man. Hit that number one. I want to see the ones on the screen, man. If you want payback, if you want justice, if you want your family, your brothers and sisters to come out of oppression and to be saved from the plagues and the plight and the suffering and oppression and the hell that we're in, let it be known, man. Let it be known, and you make sure not only to put a 1 in that chat, but share this video, man. Share this video, like this video, share this video, and go out to these brothers and sisters that are in the world that are lost, man.
Right.
That are what? That are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Yes, sir. That's right.
They're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Go out and show them where the knowledge is. Get them up in here. Show them where the knowledge is.
That's right.
Show them how to be righteous. Give them something. It's like something that's so precious, man. Give it to them. You know what I mean? So what if they take it lightly? So what if they look at you as a lunatic? So what if they look at you as you're crazy? You're some kind of cult leader, or what you, like I said, just taking it lightly. So what? The Bible says, "Let every ear hear," man. Does it not?
Right.
Does it not say, "Let every ear hear"?
Right.
Let every ear hear, man.
Right.
We even go out and we tell our oppressor he's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You understand? Everybody gonna know the truth. Let it go in one ear and be screamed out of the top of your mouth. Cry aloud and spare not, man.
Right.
All right. Got them ones in there, man. Shout out to them brothers and sisters in this class, man.
That's right.
Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all understand every little class is something to grow from, man.
That's right.
It's something to grow from. You know what I mean? Because not only do we have to fish, brothers and sisters,
right,
but once we get into this truth, we have to endure our own hardness. We have to endure our own hardness, our own temptation. We have to what? Do like Paul said and die daily.
Die daily.
Paul said, I die daily. Because
right,
it's, even in the truth, it's a constant battle. You can't just come in here like, hey, I made it. No, man. It's an everyday fight, man.
That's right.
It's an everyday fight. You're going to need the armor of the Most High. You're going to need the tutelage of the priest in the UPK. You're going to need that brotherhood. You're going to need that wise counsel, man. Call for counsel. Everything you need, what does the scripture say? Seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be given unto you. Seeking the kingdom of heaven is coming into this school, man. Right. Coming to this school, getting in these classes, doing the work of the Lord, and guess what? You ain't got to worry about being homeless ever again.
Right.
You got to worry about starving ever again. You ain't got to worry about, being poor. You don't have to worry about those things. Everything that you have or want to be made manifest will become manifest.
Right.
Brothers outside of school will open up businesses and their businesses fail. And here your businesses flourish. You know what I mean? You start a business and business becomes successful because you didn't put your merchandise or your business before the Most High. You put the Most High before all of that, so you have it all.
Right.
You wasn't like those brothers that was bid to the wedding that did not show up. You didn't be like them. You didn't do like them.
Right.
You came to the wedding. You came to the truth. You know what I mean? And with that, I'm going to end the class. If you could, I'll just tilt the camera up a little bit. I'm going to read these announcements right quick. Up a little bit more. That's 12 right there. All right? ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. That's very important, Akin Wa'akwakin. They are to be saluted only. Why? Because they are here to shed themselves to the world. Like I said, we're bringing brothers into the truth, sisters into the truth, to teach them how not to be how things were in the world. Right. How things were in the Christian church that was always unsuccessful for them. This is what's successful for them.
Right.
What we're teaching and allowing them to be taught.
Right.
Instead of worrying about who they're going to have sex with,
right.
who they're going to sleep with or marry, but
right.
being off limits to be able to get themselves right, to be able to focus on the truth and what they need. All right?
Right.
They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Again, all things in here are done with order and decency, man. It ain't no coming here when you get ready to, you holler at them, you get enough courage, you go spit some game, you jump in the DM. No. You get permission from the head to do what? To speak to a brother or a sister.
That's right.
All right? There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Yes, courtship. Something that we've lost years ago because it's been taken from us because everything's been taken from us by our oppressors, man.
Right.
But courtship is something very important. It allows you to get to know a brother and sister, to know if this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because yes, according to the Bible, sex is marriage and marriage is forever.
That's right.
Make sure that this is the brother or sister that you want to be with for the rest of your life, because you don't have another option after that. Well, as far as for this, for sisters. But either way, brothers, you cannot, if that sister don't turn out to be what you wanted, you can't throw her away. You have to, that's your woman, that's your wife for life.
That's right.
Next, you understand? After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashura means 10th in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase, right? 10% of every penny of every increase. Give me 1 second, because we have a link here for any brothers and sisters that are in the class that wants to make a donation. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. So you have to pay 10% your tithes to the school. Go to isupk.com and pay your tithes to the school, man. All right. Also, give to the treasury department or your teacher. However you need to do it, get them tithes paid. Also, priest funds, free will offering for the priests. When these brothers teach these classes, whether they here in Texas and California, support these priests, man. It takes funds to get these classes going, to get camp equipment, build up schools, camp vans, keep these things running. Send that money over to them Cash Apps and PayPals. Get it to them priests, man, so they can be able to take care of these headquarters, these camps and these schools, man. All right, the free will offering for a priest is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, it's up to you. All right, upcoming Holy Convocation. Of course, a Holy Convocation is a high holy day. Is that what it is? All right. So the next high holy day that's coming up is Purim. It's the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. That this year that's going to be Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th, 2020. You can read more about Purim and Esther, the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Or you can, like I said, come to class on those days. Find your local class and go to that Holy Convocation. We break down the whole entire holy day. So come and learn with us, man. We're going to have food, brotherhood, sisterhood, Passover, 51st annual Passover coming up. You know what I mean? April 9th in Westchester County Center in New York. Get more information, give us a call, find out who your school leader is, and we get you more information. Make sure we set up you some travel arrangements, accommodation, and all the above. With that, shalom.